Ladies and gentlemen, so in this video, we will be talking about how to write follow-ups that don't say just checking in, right? I have seen most of the follow-ups that you guys write. Many people send me their copies, and whenever I see, usually the first email is really great, but whenever I see the follow-ups, they're just like it sounds like, hey, I'm just checking in or like following up or circling back to my last email or something. And people usually ignore that. They don't you and then like you might think like, hey, our offer might be the problem or our delivery might be the problem, but it's not, right? The one that get actual reply is really not complex than you think. It's really simple, right? So in this video we'll be discussing like how to write the follow-ups that actually get replies, by giving prospects a real reason to respond, right? So uh, why just checking in fails? This is like a really uh, great psychology. So most people send is like, hey, just checking in, circling back to my last email, bumping this, etc., etc. If you're sending this, just stop, right? They don't work and they actively hurt your campaign. And just gonna quickly tell you why and how. A follow-up that says just checking in gives the prospect zero reason to reply, right? It adds nothing to the conversation. It adds zero value to the conversation. It just nudges them to feel guilty. Decision makers receive 70 plus emails per day, which is correct. If they didn't reply to your first email, they didn't think that it was worth their time, right? Sending something even less valuable confirms their decision to ignore you. So let's say in the first email you pitched your offer, right? You showed them your front end offer, and then the call to action was book a call or something, right? So if they think that this was not worth their time, they will simply ignore you, and then after you send them in the second email like, hey, just following up, they will simply ignore you or just like block you or spam you or something, right? So sending something even less valuable confirms that decision to ignore you. The real reason isn't the phrase, it's the mindset behind it, and you are sending an email with nothing new to say. So the real reason isn't the phrase, it's the mindset behind it. You're sending an email with nothing new to say, right? You're just adding zero value. So two reasons prospects don't reply. The first is scenario one, that they forgot, right? So their inbox is like super chaos. They saw your email, meant to come back to it but never did, right? It's not just personal, it's just like the volume. Scenario two, they're hesitant, like they read your first email, didn't say no, but didn't trust you enough to book a call or reply. They're on the fence, right? There are lots of people like they would think, oh, the offer is good, but I want to know more information, or like I don't want to hop on a call. They might not respond to you. They might think, oh, I don't want to get on a call with them, or like something like that. They must be hesitant, right? So both the scenarios are solved by the same way. Give them a reason to engage that's stronger than the reason you gave them in the first place, right? That's the entire job of a follow-up. You need to win the trust of them. That's the entire game of follow-up. You can either do like provide them case study or something like that. We'll be going over about this in a bit, but yeah, that's the main entire job of follow-up, right? So the core principle, always add something new, right? Every follow-up needs to add something your first email didn't. Not the same pitch worded differently, not a guilt judge, something genuinely new. So it could be a free lead magnet, something that they can use without booking a call, a resource that solves a part of their problem right now, a case study, an objection handler, like address the most common reason the prospect in this segment hesitate before even they voice it, right? It could be, let's say your prospects, it could be, for an example, for your prospects, it could be the pricing issue. You can mention in the second email, hey, we don't charge anything, or like, hey, we work on performance basis, or like, hey, we offer a pilot run, or something like that. It could be any objection, but there was just an example. Fourth one is like a new angle, like a completely different framing of the problem they're facing, one that reframes the conversation entirely. Let's say your email one was about saving money. Your email two could be about making more money or saving more time. It could be a new angle or something, right? So I mean, if a follow up doesn't have any of these, don't send it. Skip the follow up. Wait until you have something worth saying, right? Just don't send it. I mean, it will be just like, it will not be worth it. Yeah. So the three email framework. You don't need a 7-step sequence. You don't need a follow up for 3 weeks. Most campaigns work better with the maximum of 3 emails. We only send maximum 3 emails, even if the list is 1,000 prospects, right? If you're sending more than 3 emails in 2026, you're getting you're getting marked as spam 1,000%. So the first email plus 2 follow-ups, that's all. So the first email or day one, which could be like short, relevant, soft call to action, introduce, not yourself, your offer, introduce your offer, make them curious, ask to book a call or open to quick learning more, or it could be like, hey, mind if I send more information or something. Don't try to close the deal, just start a conversation. The second one would be like a value follow-up, build trust by giving them something useful, no strings attached, a custom lead magnet, a specific case study, or an objection handler tailored to the situation. You can also offer lead magnet, which could lead to call, right? So let's say we had a client who was a social media marketing agency. Uh, they they off they, they, they were offering ad creatives, right? So but they were offering free ad creatives, but for in order to receive the free ad creatives, these e-commerce brands and then other healthcare companies, they were targeting healthcare and e-commerce. So these prospects need to get on a call with them. So yeah, you can create lead magnets around that leads to a call for sure. Then no, yeah, day 4 or day 7 or something. Final push or breakup, one more value drop with the direct ask or the forwarder like style breakup email, asking for who the right person is. Then you stop unless free. So after the sequence ad, move them to like a long nurture if you have one, or let the campaign go cold and revisit them with the new angle like in after 90 days or something. Does that make sense? So now what value actually looks like is the single biggest mistake people make with follow-ups is sending value that isn't actually valuable. If it's not valuable, if it's like super generic, they will still not reply to you. Even if you think, hey, I've sent them the lead magnet or something, but they're not responding, my offer could be a problem. There is a chance the offer could be a problem, but 99% or 90% of the time, your follow-up is, or your lead magnet is the issue. So, what is not a value is like a generic ebook. Anyone could go Google a blog post link, and a PDF you send to 200 other prospects. Anything like, right? So anything that took you 30 seconds to put together. Anything like nowadays with AI, you can put together really custom in 30 seconds. But what I meant to say is like it should not be like a generic or something. It should be custom. So real value, it could be custom and specific to their company, a case study from their exact industry, data that can not easily get themselves, a free version of the paid work you would do for them. It could be like a free lead list if you are doing a lead gen or something like that, right? So value is something that they would be happily pay for if they had to. That's it. The work you put into the lead magnet is the work you would put into the first deliver of a paid engagement. That's the bar. So if they think, hey, this guy provided me like a really good thing which is free, they would be, there's a 90% chance, if they were impressed by your lead magnet, 90% chance that they would close, right? So short sequences win. Don't create like a 100 200 words of emails. There's a pressure in the industry to send long sequences, 6 emails, 8 emails, 12 touches over 4 weeks or something. Along yeah, so each generic follow-up trains prospects to ignore you faster. By email 5, you're not building familiarity, you're building immunity. The prospects learns to filter out you automatically. You get marked as spam. Your whole email infrastructure gets down. Your uh, uh, customer acquisition cost increases. Period. So 3 strong emails outperform 7 weak ones every single time. That's correct. So always provide value. Long sequences mask real problem. If your campaign needs 8 email to work, the problem is in the number of the follow-up. It's the offer or the targeting or the relevancy. Always make sure that this is in your something in a whiteboard or a phone wallpaper, something like if your campaign needs 8 emails to work, the number of follow-ups is not the problem. The problem is your offer or your targeting or your relevancy. So keep it short, add new value, stop when done. Fewer better emails is always right answer. Quality over quantity is just not like a cliche here. It's the data backed strategy. So I mean, here are some of the templates you can use. I mean, you can just provide it to Claude, and Claude will also give you like more versions of it. So it could be like, hey, followed up because I put together a custom asset for company name that you would find interesting or something. One sentence or like what's in it for them, why it matters, want me to send over something. It could be like a case study. Hey, worked on a similar company on a XYZ project. Then the case study, happy to share it. Was 15 minutes something. See, this is the lead magnet, which I mean, yeah, this is a lead magnet which leads to a call. Breakup email like, hey, haven't heard back, so wanted to ask directly, are you the right person to talk about specific outcome? Or it could be like, are you the right person to talk about mergers and acquisition, or are you the right person to talk about meta ad creatives at company name, right? Or should I be looping in alternative contact name instead? Always use this. I prefer using this. I mean, if you're not, it doesn't. If your offer is strong, I mean, it doesn't matter. But I always use this because I mean, it will look like that you have put an extra effort. It's personalized, and it will look like that you have written it manually, or you know the other person or something. So I mean, yeah, they'll be impressed. So I mean, you can find easily the alternative contact name in 30 seconds using Clear. Any of these tools like Prospeo, and company enrich, etc. Drop in the company name. They will give you the perfect person to reach out to. Then this is the mindset that you need to live with. Is the follow-ups are not number games. They are not a frequency game. They are just like a relevancy game, right? If you understand the psychology of why someone didn't reply, fixing your follow-up gets simple, right? They forgot or they're hesitant. Both are solved by giving them a reason to engage. That's better than the one you gave them the first time, right? So always make sure, always understand this psychology. I mean, it's not like really complex or something. Just understand the psychology why they didn't reply, which is like number one, they forgot or they're hesitant. That's the two only thing that they didn't reply to you, right? Stop sending just checking in emails, or like send something worth replying to, or don't send anything at all. Just make this as a phone wallpaper. So I mean, yeah, this was the whole video on how to write follow-ups that don't say just checking in. I have received so many emails to audit. Whenever I see the follow-ups, it's just like so bad because people really doesn't know how to write follow-ups. They're just using Claude every time, and this Claude is just providing the same thing that I mean, Claude always provides the same thing that is said in the first email. So I mean, you need to be creative, you need to be human. I mean, these AI are not human for now, but I mean, in the future, who knows? But I mean, you need to be human in the first place, and then use that humanness in the AI, and then let AI do his thing, right? I'm not saying AI is bad. I use Claude and Gemini all the time, but I mean, you need to be human first. So I mean, yeah, if there's any other video requests that you guys have on any of the topic, just let me know, and then I'll create content around it. Give me your thoughts on give me your best give me your best follow-ups. Give me your best follow-up types in the comments, like how do you usually write follow-ups, and then yeah, I want to see like what people usually do. But I mean, yeah, bye bye.